Yeah, I didn't find true peace of mind until about 3 years ago. I've been struggling all my life on and off mentally, to be honest with you, through going through my divorce and sorting that out. Right, I couldn't have peace of mind. I had to get my life back on track, and I feel like I have now. And it's only been the last 3 years I've had peace of mind. For a number of years I've been struggling with, even when I was married, struggling with, keeping my wife happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's always a task, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
That's always a, always a,
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it, really, that it's so difficult to, so I feel like people nowadays, a lot of people just don't appreciate what we really have, or they forget what we really have, like our eyes, our ears, our memory, our mind, all these things, our legs, and kind of like forget about what happened yesterday, wake up today and think about what we've got and what you have.
What you're blessed with.
Yeah.
Count your blessings.
Like some people, I mean, one guy, I've been studying wars a bit,
Yeah.
He said to he overtook this whole city, which had thousands of people in it, and he hijacked them for a whole week, and he said, look, it's up to you, at the end of this week, on Sunday or something, whatever, you can either choose to die, or have your right eye out.
Okay, yeah.
And that, and that's what they're, but they all got saved apparently, because another city come in and saved them.
Okay,
from that.
Okay.
But that's a bit of history, alright, but even the history is interesting.
Oh, for sure, certainly, yeah.
And like today's people character today, everyone's. The price of living is going up for one. So that kind of angers people a little bit. Do you know what I mean? There's a bit of boiling up going on around. Do you know what I mean? Because things aren't right. I don't think, like at school they don't teach children about what really happened in history. About all the slavery that's gone on and all that. They kind of cover all it up. And I feel like today we're sort of like, like they aborted slavery, from here, maybe over 100 years ago, not long ago really, do you know what I mean? They banned it and all that, and things are getting better now. But we are sort of like, in the stages today, still coming out of that slavery, I feel like even employment is some kind of slavery.
Oh, well, of course it is.
The whole lot of it. Do you know what I mean? We're all binded to this coin.
Well, like we said before, the actual Hebrew word for job, if you could look it up in a minute, even when we finish the show in a minute, we could look it up on Google. The Hebrew word for job originally means persecution.
Yeah.
To be persecuted.
Yeah.
And if you know what persecution means, then you know what that means. If you see what I mean, like, don't get me wrong, a job, even for me, I'll always have a job, because I believe in having multiple streams of income. So I have a job, but I have other things that bring me money too, and my goal is to continually have different things that bring me money every month, if you see what I mean, to have different streams of income, if you see what I mean, like residual incomes. So yeah,
I mean, I'm happier today because I don't work anymore. That kind of annoyed me a bit in life. It does.
But I think a lot of people can. I don't want a lot of young people to get confused. You can use a job as a stepping stone. So even if you have to work a job for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, to accumulate a certain amount of money, so then you can then invest into yourself, invest in your project or whatever it may be. If you see what I mean, to try to achieve your desired goal or whatever it may be, and you can use it as a stepping stone. Like even me, I use my job as a stepping stone to put money into other things. That bring me money today. That's already started bring me money. If you see what I mean,
Well, that's it.
So
we are living in the world we got, haven't we?
Yeah.
So basically, you've got to get employed if you want to get somewhere in life in a kind of way. You've got to start earning money.
Well, not a lot of some people do, but not a lot of people have someone who can just from the time they leave school that can help them to invest in their projects. So you might say, okay, I don't really particularly really want to do this job, but I'm going to do this job to the best of my ability while I'm going to get a decent job that pays, you know, save me a decent amount of money, and have a plan where I can save a certain amount of money every month and do this and do this and do this for a few years, and then I know after these 2 or 3 years have gone by, I've got my plan, I've got my money, I've got everything, and now it's time to attack my goal, if you see what I mean, you know. I've used it as a stepping stone to get to where I want to get to. It is a temporary situation for a permanent goal.
The best way to be happy, I feel, is working for yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like, I mean, you don't have to go out and get a job, do you? You know, work for someone else. You can start off with cleaning windows.
Oh, of course, I mean,
my dad, my real dad, that's what he used to do for a living. All his life.
And and the thing is, right, I'll tell you this, right, you see here in the UK, right, mate, you see some of these window cleaners, mate, they make a lot of money.
Yeah, well, my dad did.
Do not get confused. Some people out there might be joking, oh, he's a window cleaner, and this kind of thing, and listen, mate, you'll be surprised, there's window cleaners out there that are making like £750 a week.
That's a good way to earn.
Working really. 5 days a week, and they got different contracts with a few different buildings, few different like flat block, apartment blocks, and companies and stuff. That once a week or however, every fortnightly they might come and clean the windows, and they might get 20 quid from each one. But a lot of these, mate, some of these people are making good money.
My dad, my dad.
People don't realise,
My dad was a window cleaner.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he did most of his life.
Yeah.
I mean, he did work for British Telecom when I was born, okay? But he had that job for a number of years, and then that ended, and then he became a window cleaner, okay? And he earned so much money to it.
You know, lots
of money at different companies, and then one time when I separated from my girlfriend, who I was with only for about 3 years, who had a baby with a child, we didn't get married. We separated, and I met my dad. I went to live with him for 6 months, and then my life's been pretty bad but good, because I lose her, lose my home, and then go and jump and live with my dad for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get to know my dad.
Yeah.
And I used to go out window cleaning with him, you know.
Okay.
And he used to be quite, he used to teach me how to clean windows and things, you know. And it was quite a good job, you know. And he had big contracts, with big companies, like Simplex. And whatever, He even had, just had lots of jobs, It's a good job, because he sometimes looking through people's windows and talking to people, you meet people. You see a lot. Funny enough, when I'm cleaning windows.
But that's what I'm saying. You should not. To the younger people out there, don't knock certain careers. Like there are even plumbers that I know today. I know plumbers, that are self-employed today. Their own boss. They're a plumber or a self-employed electrician or carpenter or whatever the case may be, and they're still making upwards of 50,000 a year. You know what I mean? And even if you're living on your own, you can live a decent life on 50 grand a year. You know what I mean? You don't have to have a ridiculously lavish thing like, but you can live a good life on 50 grand a year after tax. You know what I mean? After tax, if you're earning 50 grand after taxes a year, you can live a good life.
But when I was living with my dad, for 6 months, he used to have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and maybe earlier. Sometimes, 4 o'clock even, And it'd work until about 10 o'clock, and then he'd go to the pub, and then he'd go to work again, and then he'd go to the pub again, and then wake up, and that'd be his life.
Same cycle,
He's basically a bit of an alcoholic, and it's such a shame, because he was just spending all his money on drink, in a funny way, and he was very kind, you know what I mean? Again, we're talking about kindness earlier on, you could be too kind, you know what I mean? And he used to go out, buy himself a drink and buy everyone around him a drink too. Do you know what I mean? He used to have lots of friends because of it. A lot of people loved him. I know that. But like I say, being kind, buying everyone a drink, they might end up going home and being sick and dying. So you're not necessarily doing a good thing, are you?
Yeah, so that's the thing. Sometimes good intentions can have
always good.
Good intentions can have bad results too.
Bad consequences.
It happens sometimes too. People might do something with good intentions, but it might be the wrong thing. Person might not appreciate it, or it might even upset them. Might trigger something in them. Some kind of traumatic response or something. You just you know? Yeah, it's true.
But now I've learned how, you know, like we talked about childhood, you know, I used to have a bit of a bad temper. I think you have to learn, when you're a child, you know, and you're put in with a lot of kids that are trying to be strong as well, you know, and stick up for themselves, every one of you, you know, almost, you know.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like the girls kind of like the best one as well in a funny way, don't they? Do you know what I mean? The strongest boy in the class gets looked at by the women or all the girls, you know.
Yeah.
And I just think it's just the way the classrooms are in a way, you know. I think like if children were taught with playing, it would be a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like I say, like when you're at school, I used to go to the headmaster for fighting, you know, and get 100 lines or something, or a ruler in my hand or whatever, trouble.
Yeah.
You know, because fighting is wrong.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a gun or anything, you know, I only hit someone because he said something wrong with me, alright, yeah. But you're in trouble, big trouble. As a kid, I can remember sort of waiting for the headmaster like this, you know, sort of outside the door, and the other guy was there, you know, and you're sort of waiting, a bit nervous, wondering what punishment you're going to get, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and I think like, and then as soon as you leave school, go get the army, go in the army, you know, it's advertised, you know, go and fight.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, this is not right.
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to teach you not to fight as a child.
Yeah.
But like, teach you to fight as soon as you leave school.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to fight when you leave school in a funny way, you know.
Yeah.
And I just find it all bizarre, really, you know.
Yeah. I know.
It'd be a lovely world if there's no guns in the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No guns at all.
Yeah.
No fireworks.
Yeah.
In a funny way, you know, no dangerous things.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a peaceful world, and I don't know. You know.
But I don't even mind the fireworks because they make people happy, make some people happy. But the guns for sure, you know. If guns didn't exist, mate, imagine the amount of people that would still be living. You know? Imagine the amount of people get killed by guns every year. Just by, you know?
Innocent people.
Innocent people too.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
But anyway, mate, before we wrap it up.
Say it already.
And call it a night for this week's episode, all about
personality and character.
Any final words? Any closing statements? Any, you know, anything you want to leave with the people?
Yeah, I hope you learned something, basically, really. That's it, you know.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life is all about trying to become the best version of yourself. And I know we say that a lot, and we reiterate that point a lot.
I don't say that a lot, you do.
Well, I say that a lot. But I just want, the reason that I reiterate it a lot is because it's vital, yeah? And like we're talking about tonight, we were talking about character and personality tonight, and of course we did divert a lot like we usually do anyway in our episodes, if you've seen any of our episodes. But it's important to develop your character as much as possible, become the best version of yourself. So not only you can be not only for yourself, but for others around you. So you become a better person, a better influence, and a better person in society, and someone who is contributing good and positive intentions into the world, if you see what I mean.
I think if you're walking on that golden path I was talking about, down the line, being honest, being truthful to yourself, and you just wake up tomorrow and you just keep walking down that golden path, keeping to those rules, you know, don't harm anyone, I feel that your personality will improve. You know, I mean, people will see that you've got a nice personality if you're kind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can only grow as a person.
Yeah.
And, you know, nothing can go wrong really, can it? I mean, you could fall over maybe on the golden path, but you just get up and just keep going down the golden path, being honest, truthful to yourself.
That's it.
And I think you'll find peace of mind.
Yeah.
And happiness. It's very important to be happy in life, you see.
Yeah.
You know, if you lose happiness, it's kind of like losing your arms, I think, you know, and your legs.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
You know, it's very important to keep happy at all times.
Yeah.
because that helps you to keep focused.
Of
and
course.
positive.
Yeah, definitely.
And as long as you keep a smile and keep walking down that golden path, I feel like you'll go up a mountain eventually.
Yeah.
You sort of mean.
Yeah.
The golden mountain.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I think we all got different personalities a bit, and we all kind of shine once we get peace of mind a bit more, you know.
Yeah.
For ourselves, you know. It's no good if you haven't got peace of mind. People can see it.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. How you conduct yourself, how you carry yourself, the way you act, the way you speak, the way you think, and the way you, you know, deal with people is a true reflection of who you are, and people can assess that and analyse that and realise and determine who you are. And obviously, you do the same when it comes to, you know, when you deal with people yourself. You know,
respect goes a long way.
It does. You know, character is very, very important. You know. Try to be as the most upstanding human being you can be, you know. Anyway, guys, hope you guys have enjoyed this week's episode. Like my mate said, we'll be back again next week, of course, with a brand new episode, so please stay tuned for that. We are the Philosophy Podcast. Thank you, and good night. One love. Yeah.